Yo, check it out. It's your boy DGL7. I'm starting the second episode with Salamander Brandy right here. Super excited to have this talk about some of our future plans. And oh my goodness. So the thing is that you're telling me, and I saw the rainbow stuff in the hair and stuff. I didn't know if you're part of the gay community, but I definitely want to address some of those
Oh
things.
yeah,
So the thing is that
yeah.
one of the things that I've done, I don't know if you've seen any of my interviews with candidates. Have you seen any of them?
I have not. Since you
Okay.
said the rainbow, I got my trans flag in the background.
Okay. Well, the thing is that, okay, so you know Tulsi Gabbard?
Yes.
So she's done like a lot of like kind of like anti-trans stuff, and I didn't really like that. So I reached out to the
Mm-hmm.
trans community and I said, you know what, like I don't like overall I do appreciate Tulsi Gabbard's like anti-imperialist stance, but I really
Mm-hmm.
wanted to because I really the ELF stands for the people who are disregarded, and I know that trans people are definitely some of the people that are the most shit on for real. So they definitely under my wing, you know what I mean? So the thing is, as soon as she did that, I reached out to someone who I knew who was trans, who was a YouTuber. I said, I want to start helping with your issues. So every candidate that I asked them for, like 5 questions for my partners, and one of them is the gay and trans community. And my question goes like this, right? I say, so the thing is that I also asked them they would be down to free Assange and things like that, right? But I do ask about the trans question. I say, so the thing is that we know that people who are gay and trans face a lot of discrimination. They sometimes are often the most poor. They face job discrimination, social discrimination. I get it. And what happens is that they end up becoming very poor and they need public housing, right? Now
Yes.
the thing is that,
That's.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
you're
That
good. Go
like
ahead.
that's
Yeah.
literally one of my main goals of my church and stuff
hmm
like that. Because like it's easier for our churches to get housing programs started.
So what I asked them
Like.
is, I say, let's suppose that 10% of the people applying for public housing are trans, right?
Yeah.
And then, but we see that when we look at the numbers, that only 2% of the people getting in are actually trans. Then we ask
Mm-hmm.
ourselves, like, we have this discrepancy, right? So I say, like, how would you assure this, right? So we ask the trans people, and they say they're getting beat up, they're not treated nice, they say they're getting discriminated against, right? So how do we,
Mm-hmm.
right? Even though the law doesn't say you're allowed to discriminate against trans people, how would you make sure that this community can get fair access to government services, right? That's a question I ask all the candidates, every single one. So definitely looking out for the trans community on that one. And I've asked almost over 100 cats, so I've heard like a lot of responses, which is pretty cool. One thing that I want to address though is, okay, so when we look at the Medicaid, right, one way that they try to prevent discrimination is they will ask on the Medicaid form if you're white, black, things like that. You know what I'm talking about? Because the
Mm-hmm.
thing is that the managers, if you just ask them, they'll never say, oh yeah, we have a racism program and a problem in a Medicaid. They'll never admit to it. So they track
Right.
that. You get what I mean?
Oh yeah, they did the same thing with Bank of America. They
Yeah.
caught them doing it.
So one thing I was thinking for the gay and the trans community was, right, I don't think they're really tracking, right, people who are applying to be for housing to be gay or trans. This could also
Mm-hmm.
be, right, if people, right, maybe there's a way to like submit it directly to the government so it doesn't go to the landlord or something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's public housing, it might be connected. But I want to find a way for us to start tracking and make sure that people who are gay and trans do not get discriminated against, because I don't think anybody's really tracking that. And if it's going on, people don't know how bad the problem is, and they have no reason to fix it if there's no problem. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Out of sight, out of mind.
So, what I would like to get your perspective, right? What would you think of the way to? Because if people fill on the form that they're gay or trans, like they also face the possibility of someone discriminating them because of that, right? So some of the questions I've asked the candidates, I'll be like, well, what do you think about if we gave them the gay and the trans community like housing all by themselves, right? That would be considered
Mm-hmm.
ghettoization. I mean, you can't take all the black
Yeah.
people and say we're just going to stick them to this one community. Also,
Right.
I'll because of the discrimination that trans people face, sometimes they are, and because of the poverty, they have to deal with a lot more issues, right? And it's taking all the poor people and people that are really impacted by horrible stuff and jamming them all together. That, right, that's not really, and that's not fair either, really. So,
Mm-hmm.
right, then also we have the question of quotas, right? The idea of having, right, if there's 10% people applying, 10% people should at least, right, or maybe minimum standards or something. I know quotas are actually controversial. I think that they generally don't get supported by the candidates that I talk to, but I'd like to see some way of us at least tracking what would you recommend just from your perspective, right? Or I would
Mm-hmm.
like to get in touch with other like gay and trans communities, really to ask them, right? as a community how they would like to really address this issue. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I want it to start getting addressed.
Well, I personally believe, um, one, public housing is probably the key to that. Universal housing for all, is probably the key to that. Two, um, I think it's the architecture of that public housing that comes into play as well when it comes to some discrimination and stuff like that. Um, I feel like when it comes to public housing, we put everyone into one building and all this stuff like that. And I feel like that's one that's that comes with a lot of caveats and problems. Like I know that y'all in New York, much I don't know. I never been to New York City, so I know there's a lot of fucking buildings. It's kind of hard for everybody else to spread out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But maybe if we can spread people out where they can have their own individual building, they could probably.
That
Me
would make
personally,
sense. Okay.
for the when I was uh, back in 2021, we was like fucking stuck in our homes because everybody was frozen in,
It might be a
and
relief
I
to
was
live
just
together, right? Like here in New York City, like I'm so glad like there's an Asian community. Oh my God, like like I don't like I
yeah.
when I live if I was in Tennessee, do I have to be the only Asian guy in the whole freaking town? Oh my God, so whack.
I
You know what I
don't
mean?
think I don't think you'll be the only Asian. Well, maybe in Middle Tennessee and East
It does,
Tennessee, but
yeah, it
West
does happen
Tennessee,
if you're in the country. Yeah, it's
yeah,
I don't
Memphis,
appreciate that. Yeah.
I feel you. Memphis was more of a melting pot, but I'm saying is this like I try to develop like maybe a system of uh, one trying to let's see here give people who are well shit that came with some problems too. Basically combining registering to vote with your housing program.
Hmm.
If you're able to, if you're of age, in which I think the voting age should be lowered to 16, to give more people like able to, just, have some more autonomy in their lives. But yeah, I think it doesn't have to be all hauled up together and stuff. That I feel like people need their own buildings, their own. I wish I was smoking with you. Actually, I can. I can smoke with you. Uh,
So let's make
uh
sure that when we talk to these like high level legislators, like Bernie's people and all this stuff, where they're trying to like make this new like public housing, let's make sure that the gay and trans community are included this time and that their
yes,
issues are addressed. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're
yes,
in there
yes.
and I'll be ally with
Yeah,
you 100%. I'm dying to work on this. You know what I mean? Hell
yeah,
yeah.
I feel you 100%.
Hell
Because
yeah.
like that's something we constantly run into a problem where people keep getting discriminated against because like everybody's in these fucking groups and stuff
Not
like
under
that.
my
And I feel
watch.
like when you like have these buildings like just dedicated to housing stuff, giving people their own individual building, it it causes people to gang up on each other.
Hmm.
But but yeah, that's how I view it. Like we anybody who's able to vote and stuff like that should be able to have housing, free housing. Like it's the very. I feel like my answers are very broad right now, but I feel like yeah, I feel like a lot of our bills, utilities, rent, all that shit is artificial because the land don't belong to
Okay.
nobody except the people.
Let me tell you the way that I think is the best way to achieve this particular right we I would like to have a meeting with like other gay and trans groups right that like that and try to get a consensus about like how to move forward. But the thing is that in the midterms are in November and the
Hmm.
Democrats think that they're going to lose a lot of seats. It's projected that they're going to lose seats. You know what I mean?
Oh my
So
god.
it looks like the power is going to change and billions of dollars in contracts are up for grabs. They're crapping in their pants. You get what I mean?
Hmm. Right.
Now, the thing is that there's swing states, and sometimes only like 5,000 people across 5 states really make the difference as in terms of national policy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Also, this election cycle is particularly vulnerable because of redistricting that happened after the census. So a lot of the candidates are not really true incumbents anymore. So that makes
Hmm.
this right. If we want to get something through to really right to get both sides to say, look, we both agree to support right gay and trans issues in public housing. This is like the best time ever. You get what I mean with this next month going into November. Do you see what I
Yeah.
mean? Very exciting. You know what I mean? So I know you're burned out. I'm burned out too, yeah. But actually,
Yeah.
hanging out with
I
me
don't
is
think. I
energizing,
don't.
and I'm gonna come out. I'm thinking about going to North Carolina, and I would love to
Ooh.
stop by Tennessee. Hell yeah.
Go for it. Hell, shit. If I'm able to, I probably try to meet y'all there. But I don't really, like I said, talking to other people who doing the same work doesn't really burn me out. I feel like I
Yeah.
feel really good about it. I'm willing to do anything. If anybody like that's the number one thing I'm really good at is sales. If anybody can give me a nice tight package, I can sell people the idea. And if we have a plan to do something, I'm more than willing to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
The public
I
housing
but
also,
but
I
at the
have
same time,
some Bam from Dynamic Rockers. He's going to be judging, and also one of the candidates running in North Carolina is supposed to be judging as well. So they're pretty high profile. Hopefully, more jump on.
hmm
If you could find some people
hmm
to, I think that that's another way to get us allies, right, for our upcoming
yes,
and mobilization for the voting and stuff. We'll definitely want to
hmm
make calls into those swing states because there's billions of dollars at stake. You know what I mean? And if we can mobilize our communities to call into those swing states and make a difference, we can actually swing
hmm
the election if we want to. You know what I mean?
I believe that.
Yeah.
I think it's very possible. At the same time, I believe. I guess I come from the basis of not putting electoral politics at the first and forefront. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. You're right.
I
Remember earlier
I
I asked
personally
about the
believe.
question, like I've asked over 100 candidates the question about like how they would attend to the issue of the discrimination of trans people in housing. So
Yeah,
this is actually some of the best answers that I've found, and I actually agree with that myself, right? The
yeah,
thing is that Malcolm X said, right, if people were good, we wouldn't need laws. Because the thing is that, right,
yeah.
people, the laws say whatever, right? Paperboy Prince was on my channel. He was talking about, he's actually gay himself. He said that
hmm
he was going to rent a room, right, in a 3 bedroom apartment, and then the other two roommates bought out the third room so he couldn't move in. You know what I mean?
Mm,
They will find a way to discriminate. You know what I mean? Even if the law
right.
is there. So we need to have a societal change. We need to have political education. We need to really, you know,
Yes.
change society itself.
Civics. They
Yeah,
don't teach civics in school anymore. If
yeah,
we can get somebody to like actually teach people how this shit work, we can probably have way more better odds of getting anything done. Because like I personally don't have all the answers. I mostly get most of my answers through consensus. You know what I'm saying?
hmm,
Like I said, most of my activism started online, so I try to get that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But
And
there are
I feel
certain
like
vulnerable
I don't really
times.
believe that
Yeah,
much into electoral politics,
I
but I
agree.
do believe in busting people balls. You
But
know what I'm saying? Or
but the
crushing
electoral
ovaries,
system is
whatever.
particularly vulnerable at this time. It's
Huh?
particular The electoral system is particularly vulnerable at this time, like in a way that's
Yeah.
not really available for like another decade, right? And also
Yeah.
the thing is that remember on this cycle, the Democrats seem like they're gonna lose to the Republicans. So it's in
Yeah.
the air. You know what I mean? Imagine that like
Mm.
if they were very comfortable and everybody loved the Democrats and stuff like that and they were able to get away with whatever they wanted, or the Republicans vice
Yeah.
versa, you know what I mean? If that happens after the census change, it's you kind of that opinion does not really line up. But here we have the perfect merger of not only right the census happening causing the redistricting, but also right the fact that the races are in the air and control is actually right in a 50-50 state, right? They only
Mm.
right if they don't stand to lose the majority, right? They stand to, the control true control of the House is up for grabs in this election for
Mm.
real, like in a way that it usually isn't. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that makes them particularly vulnerable. So I feel you're right about the electoral not being the solution, 100%, right? We need to cause societal change, and I agree with
Mm-hmm.
that. But I like to play the game, and we can get some things out of it, right?
I feel that. I did not know there was at that state right now. I'm really thankful that I got on this damn interview. But yeah, please tell me more. I would like to hear more about this because, like I said, that's what the main focus of what I do. I mostly break people's balls.
Yeah,
I pretty much go to them, I email them, try to get them on record to say what they will do and won't do, and
the swing
basically
states are
have the
like North
people.
Carolina, um,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I have to look at Tennessee again. I think Minnesota is also on the list, Nevada. So
Mm-hmm.
we need people to convince people over there to move in a certain way and mobilize their communities so we can actually get the things that we want in this cycle. If they
Mm-hmm.
see us really like mounting up, they will buckle for us because if they stand, remember, it's a $1 billion deal, right? If they switch,
Mm-hmm.
the contracts will move from Democrats to Republican. Unfortunately, there's a lot of corruption going on. A lot of the same players like kind of like grease themselves, but once again, if we mobilize, they will. There's billions at stake. They're going to have
It's
to
more of
listen.
us than there are them.
Yeah. So another
More
thing
ants
that
than grasshoppers.
so yeah, like actually, I'll we should actually be reaching out into those communities, right? The public housing, and especially in those communities, to really activate those bases. Trust me, the politicians will be shook.
Hmm.
Another thing that I'm doing locally, I don't know about over there, but there's something here called county committee. And county
Hmm.
committee, and I don't know if how it is in Tennessee, but in New York City, right, there's something called assembly districts. And
Hmm.
you ever heard about how in Nevada, how the Bernie Crats like took over from the establishment Democrats?
Hmm.
Okay, if they can do that there, why can't we do that in our territories, right? You heard
Hmm.
about in Buffalo how the socialists took over and things like that. So this
Hmm.
program is trying to go underway in New York City. And let's talk about one of the ways that this can happen. There's something called county committee. Now the thing is that, okay, when people leave office early because they fired, because they are go to jail, right? Or
Hmm.
actually, right, which actually really often happens is that they do this in order to preserve power and to pass on the legacy to the next person in line.
Yeah,
So
that's what happened with the DA.
so what they do is right, yeah. So let's imagine that like I'm running, I'm a corrupt politician, and then you're my lieutenant, right? Lieutenant, I'm the governor, lieutenant governor, right? We got our own little crooked little deal with like X and Y company over there, right? Yeah. So the
Hmm.
thing is that
Hmm.
a year before my term is up, right? Yeah, I retire,
Yeah.
and then the county committee selects you. There's no primary. That's the key right there.
Yeah.
There's no primary.
Yeah, that's
You're
that's 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 exactly that's literally exactly what happened
mm-hmm.
with our last
Yeah.
DA and with our city council.
You have a year to let all the players know that you're gonna play ball. You know what I mean? You have a year to like make sure that you know what I mean, make sure everything's cool, like with the setup and stuff like that. Things are gonna be business as usual, right? You and then the voters know you, and then you get reelected, right? Yeah, it's a way to cheese people in. So actually, 1/3 of all elected officials in New York City actually are appointed by county committee. How sick is that? That's not really
Mm.
cool, but that's a strong point of control, right? And then that's one thing that not only does county committee control that, but county committee also controls the judges. And when you want
Yeah,
election fairness and when you want criminal justice fairness, right, housing fairness, you need control of the judges. So
we just got rid of a bunch of racist Republican judges in Memphis. Like literally, your situation over there, as over there, sounds like as over here. You know what I'm
so
saying?
how are they appointing the new judges? Like what's the system to do that, right? They don't talk about that now.
No,
They don't
they
want you to
don't.
know, right? Because that's the true control. If over here it's county committee, I don't know what it is over there, but if the same setup exists over there, you
County
should
commit. We
definitely
call it the county commission.
yeah, you should definitely try to muscle your way into that, right? Get elected to that position. And also
Mm-hmm.
this is a great way to mobilize other people in the community because the assembly districts are very small, right? It might be just like one county here, next county over there. So
Mm-hmm.
it's actually much more democratic and it mobilizes many more people to get involved. It's a sick
Yeah,
program. Yeah.
we have a problem with our county commission right now. The people just we have a fucked up license plate situation going on. We just elected Wanda Halbert to I can't remember the exact name of her department, but the head of the DMV.
Mhm.
Um, and basically, the county trying to step in to like clear a no confidence vote. So they basically try to remove her from office, and essentially they stop all activities for license platers and all this stuff like that to try to remove her. So yeah, we have a huge problem with the county commission. We're trying to get them audited now because like a lot of people about to go to jail. Is what I'm saying. Because there's a lot of fucking. We about to use a what's it called a forensic audit of all the funds because like a lot of the programs that they sending money to, such as the hospitality hub, is being misused and misappropriated. So like it's like these people are literally stepping in the way of the will of the people by trying to stop them from getting the person that they asked to represent them to in office because she's probably the first black woman in that office. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Democratic Party here in Shelby County is racist, transphobic, homophobic, all that shit. It's majority black, but it's ran by mostly white people. Like that's what it is. So we're kind of stuck in trying to get over that. Like when I ran for office, I got more I got more mail and things of people trying to know who I am from the Republican Party than I did from the Shelby County Democratic Party. And like we just had somebody, a black woman, beat a white man in these Shelby County primaries for Congress and stuff like that. but they don't want to say anything about her. We got CNN to talk about it, but local, like I said, it's deep suppression of the people here in the city of Memphis, and now they talking about going on martial law.
We find Republicans that are receptive to the messaging. So,
Yes,
this is a great time for us to push both parties to agree to our stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because
push
we
them to
will
the left.
mobilize. We will go out and, change those
Yeah,
numbers. And,
yeah, because we're just
yeah,
people.
absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
people. People do this. It's not act of God. It's not Mother Nature. It's not no. It's people doing this. Not the spirits, not demons, all that shit. It's people,
Yeah.
flesh and blood. And once you start talking to people like that, flesh and blood, no matter what their ideas are, ideological hangups are, you can get a lot of shit done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
And
can. You can do that.
just I want
But
to,
yeah, I want to hear
yeah.
more about the. I want to hear more what y'all got going. Cause like I said, so we can try to get some of this stuff implemented here in Memphis. You know, right now I'm at the point where I guess I'm slowing down, and I think that's. I guess you call it burnout. I don't believe it because I feel like
Right.
I'm able to get more stuff done instead of like I said,
We
it's a
just
lot.
finished
It's
a whole
there's a
bunch of
lot of
working
shit
for
happening
cancer stuff. Me
here.
too. I'm burned out too. I mean, like, I just got off an
Like
event
yesterday was
yesterday.
kind
I
of
just
hurtful.
went to visit with Amber and Teresa in Far Rockaway last weekend. So I'm like, I'm constantly doing stuff. I can't stop.
Yeah, I just got like I said, yes, it was kind of hurtful because like somebody got shot. The young man went on a killing spree and all this stuff like that. And we came to like pray with everybody. Next thing you know, they throwing holy water at me and calling me a witch. You know what I mean? I mean like, I don't care about that. I feel really shitty because like I didn't understand what the hell they were saying because they were like Honduran and they were speaking Espanol. And I didn't understand. I thought we was praying, and I was like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. All the way
Yeah,
fuck.
just gotta survive that. I mean, it's just there's really no reason, or you can't expect them to act with rationality or fairness.
Yeah.
And
The people, they
sucks.
know not what
Oh
they
well.
do. All that shit.
Yeah. Oh well. Well,
Hmm.
that's wild. Yeah. So
Hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you went through that. Yeah. Well, going through what
Nah,
was it
it's
saying? Yeah.
okay. A lot of people just hurt. Hurt people hurt people.
Yeah, I heard that before. Probably
Oh,
about
yeah.
yelling at people. Yeah, like stop.
Hmm.
But they're trying to understand. So yeah, it is
I
rough.
know what
It
you
is rough.
mean.
Yeah. Talking about
Mhm.
you know, actually I made a one of the things that really the whole one of the things that I want to talk about is I feel a little bit strange saying about it because I know it's not really 100% cool right here. But Leah
Mhm.
Thomas, right? I mean, why is a white woman always the face of the movement, right? You're there, right? Yeah. But the fact is that I just want people to really. I made a video on this back when, but I just want to reiterate right now, like people, right? When you think about how unfair trans people's lives are, just every day, like every moment, you know what I mean? Like all discrimination that they face, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? And then the one time that they win,
Whenever you make
motherfuckers
somebody
can't
mad,
handle
they
it.
instantly go against your
Yeah.
pronouns and shit. I know
But
what you
the
mean.
one time that they get a win, right? Yeah, people can't. The one time, right? Yeah, they're all concerned about what about the fairness for us, right? Yeah, but right, yeah,
Mhm.
but like just let him have a win. Damn, like what the like that's how petty y'all for real. Like that's how you
Mhm.
know what I mean. Like if you think like that's just a sporting event, what about all the housing discrimination, the job discrimination, the life discrimination, right? The hurt feelings, the night's crime alone, the violence, the freaking sprinkling of holy of this stupid stuff. You know what I mean? But all y'all could focus on this one sporting event. Come on, get out of here. You know what I mean?
Honestly,
I find it
honestly,
disgusting.
honestly, I can't wait for the day that when we, as people, finally see sports as obsolete.
Yeah,
Because, like, I feel like it's just another form of politics that
yeah,
distracted us from what's really going on. And when
yeah,
the pandemic really happened, after Kobe died, people in Memphis wasn't taking the shit serious until sports went away. When the man with the ball, bouncy ball went away, that's when the shit was real. That's when the
yeah.
shit was real.
I know the media
You know
doesn't
what I'm saying?
say that people care, but I care. You know what I mean? So even though the media won't actually like carry the message that right, they'll carry the message. Oh, this is outrageous, and these are the people. Blah 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 blah. Right? Yeah, the media's doing that. Right, focusing its message for their own reasons.
Oh yeah, like I said, it helps control their order. their
Yeah,
quote unquote order.
yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah,
I'm
they're
sorry,
just
my kitten's trying to get in.
they picking on people that are just politically weak, right? Yeah, it's the same for
Basically,
Asian
yeah.
American men too, right? Yeah, we're politically
And
weak,
next
so
thing
we're
you know,
always
you
in the
get it
trash. It's
trending, and
ridiculous.
next thing you know, after you get it trending and shit, they got more trans women going missing.
A friend in need is a friend indeed. Let's be allies. I'm excited
One
to work with
hundred.
you. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. So
I'm rad.
that November thing is definitely exciting. There's some other stuff. The county committee races for Queens coming from 2023 to 24. That's 2024. So I'm just I'm really focused on November. So after
Oh
that,
yeah,
I'm gonna figure stuff out.
yeah. We
Yeah.
have another judge running as well, and she lost the first time. Well, not lost, but like they rolling over to back to November. So
Yeah.
she run for that position. So we finna try to kick some ass. Like I said, me, Mama Peaches of Black Lives Matter Memphis, we helped got rid of a lot of assholes uh
Cool.
this past uh election cycle. And that's a lot of judges, a lot of county seats, and yeah, I may have lost my district race, but it really was meant to prove to other people that anybody can run if your heart's in the right place and you're willing to do that footwork, to talk to the people, meet with the people, and work with the people. You can get rid of a lot of these other assholes. You know what I mean? Who
Yeah.
just shitting everywhere.
Now, big shout out to Save Section 9, right? Yeah. And the thing is that
Yeet.
Yeah, and the thing is that Save Section 9, though, you know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of stuff going on in New York with, like, the NYC hearing, stuff like that. And a lot of times we don't really get to discuss the other states as much. And
Mm-hmm.
now I really want to take a time to focus on Tennessee, public housing, and the situation like that, right? What can you
Mm-hmm.
tell us about, like, the way, how things are going down there and how we can better help, address, right, what Tennessee needs and your
Honestly,
needs?
honestly, the best way to help is to get people informed as possible on how to whip these people's ass. And I mean that electorally and maybe physically if it comes down to it. Because right now we facing a mass poverty, and the shooting that happened where the young man shot his cousin and went on a killing spree for fucking 6 hours. And like that's just chickens coming home to roost. And I want to stop and ask, like, why the fuck we give these people 40% of the city budget and they can't stop one person? But I digress. It's chickens coming home to roost, and we need to actually spread information and figure out who exactly we need to go to, who balls we need to bust, who ovaries we need to twist to make this shit right. Because it every day is a fucking emergency. People are literally dying because the housing that they can get is cheap as fuck, and the capitalist model only knows two commandments, two that's to cut costs and maximize profit, and people are dying.
Okay.
And and I feel like maybe that's something kind of crescendo in my mind.
So,
Back in
let,
2016,
right.
my uncle died. He was crushed to death by a tug truck working for FedEx, and he worked himself to death.
Okay,
People
so
are overworked.
before we go off to that other thing,
Sorry,
I just want no, it's okay, right? Yeah.
sorry.
I actually have a newsletter coming out soon, and just so you know, I
Yeah,
have every candidate running for Senate, every
yeah.
candidate running for House of Representatives in the nation,
Hmm.
as well as I mean that's in the federal race, right? And every governor of every state on that mailing list,
Hmm.
as well as like a bunch of student governments, right? And the thing is
Hmm.
that earlier when you were talking about like criminal justice situation, right? You were talking about like the shootings and like getting that stuff looked at, right? One of the
Hmm.
people that I worked with was actually Stephen Lee, right? He hasn't been on the channel lately, but he's actually carrying on the work of Serpico, right? As in terms of there's something called the Knapp Commission. I don't know if you ever saw that movie, which was
Hmm.
it's a movie starring Al Pacino, which talks about the landmark investigations into police corruption that were held by police captain named Serpico. So that was quite interesting, and now
I recognize
Stephen,
the name.
yeah, Stephen Lee took on corruption, causing re-examination in that commission with stuff going on in Flushing. There's other cops like Edwin Raymond who call out the racist police quotas. Now, maybe if you wanted to put some messaging on my next newsletter, right, send me some information and I can get it out to like, and also, right, there's a lot of activists like yourself, right, that I contact and you could see them on my channel. I deliberately seek them out, and they'll get this email too. So they may find a way to work with you on this project of addressing that, right? And then, so
Mhm.
that's like the police reform or criminal justice reform issue, right? Now you're talking about your uh, relative getting run over by a truck because of like FedEx or some type of work condition. So those things also, I don't have really as strong allies in the labor movement. I do have one guy who's a restaurant worker union president, but earlier I also remember you mentioning something called a general strike. And the thing is that
Yes.
there are quite a few communities talking about general strike. In fact, there's a guy I know who named Brian from American Union, and he's also in the swing states, also trying to organize this general strike. So if you want to put that on my newsletter too, I'm definitely ready. But I definitely my last newsletter, right? Actually, candidate emailed me back. I'm not gonna say which one. Yeah, he said
Mm.
TMI, too much information because I said mad stuff. Okay, I have my stuff. I sent my buddy Mark from Disabilities, right, who works on disabilities issues, because I will do this. You know what I mean? So just understand
Mm.
that if you don't get a great response, I don't either. But if you want to put stuff on there, I think it's a pretty cool mailing list. And by the way, I encourage you all to jump on dgl7.com, join the mailing list, and you too can get updated with all these programs as I run past them.
Okay, totally,
Yeah.
totally. And I definitely feel like part of the the housing is part of that general strike. You know what I'm saying? If we
Yep.
can get people stable enough where we can like don't need our jobs, I think
Mm.
that'll be key to that. Like we can get people food networks and actually make sure that we can get people fed. We can do it. It'll probably take only like 10 days to get the system to be crippled enough. You know.
You
So I
know,
feel like
yeah.
we're able to do it. Hmm?
Hell yeah. Yo, that's definitely. I'm
We're able.
excited. Yeah, that's a huge plan right there, though. Yeah. Um,
Yes.
do you have like a date when you think the general strike should go down, like around?
I'm only one person. I can't really tell you. I would say go for when they're most vulnerable. Go for the jugglers. Then, um, you can probably go with probably during the election
What
season.
about late
Election cycle.
October?
Well, why late October?
Because the election is November.
Ah, yeah, yeah,
So if
yes.
there's, so that it's kind of like dangerous, right? Because not a lot of people participate in the general strike, right? The
Hmm.
general strike is kind of like a warning to the establishment, like, yo, you see all these people that took the day off. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
These people will be voting, so wake up. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Yeah. So
Yes.
that could be
Hell yeah.
if the news reports on it, which they won't. But yeah, but
No,
we
they won't.
report it within ourselves. By the way, thanks for subscribing to DGL7. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Don't believe the news that they give you. Believe the news of those who's rocking with you. Yeah, that's what's up.
Right.
Yeah, very
Right.
very cool. Um,
Research.
hell yeah. They trying to hide the truth. You know what I mean? But that's why we're
Hmm.
here to reveal it. Oh yeah.
Hmm.
All right. So let's see. Anything else? I think that's cool. Anything else comes to mind?
Uh,
Oh, the situation in Tennessee regarding
yes.
public housing, right? Oh, you already spoke about that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one thing that we just passed a resolution for I think 10,000 flyers, so we
Mm-hmm.
could send some flyers down your way to get people to the Safe Section 9 meetings. So yeah,
Please,
yeah.
please do.
Do you know
Uh,
any?
uh,
And Tennessee, I know has like some of the world-class recording music studios. You
mm-hmm.
guys have some high-quality music artists. Actually, you know Kenny Rogers? I
Yeah.
heard that he came from public housing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I believe
So
it.
that's crazy, right? So do you have some talent that might be able to join in on our national talent
Actually,
project?
I I believe I know a good two artists that can probably help. Man
Yeah.
named by the name of Pink Williams.
You know what also would be dope? We could also use some judges, some regional judges, state judges. You know what I mean? You
Mm-hmm.
could actually
Mm-hmm.
be a part in crowning, right? The Tennessee champion of and also I think the Tennessee champion of public housing, right? That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, but there's also if you look at the organizing document, there's also regional judging as well. So I think Tennessee's classified as the South, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you might be able to also determine who's the champ for the South. Oh my goodness, that would be
Or,
wild,
or
right?
at least the mid South. But yeah,
I
I'm down.
because I follow the census. The census broke it up I think four categories: Pacific, Midwest, South, and Northeast. And those there's only
Mm-hmm.
four regions. I have to
Oh
look at the
yeah.
list again. Yeah, so I just followed that because I don't want to make too many regions because I don't know how much participation we're gonna get. So I need to
Mm-hmm.
have it like able to scale up and small at the same time. I've done a lot of events. You know what I mean? Like I'll do an event And I don't know if like just 5 people are gonna show up or 500 people are gonna show up. So I gotta really be like ready to really. So I just think that way just all the time. You know what I mean? So even if it's
Hmm.
regional, even if there's 2 or 3 entrants only per region, right? Or even like none. You know what I mean? Like I could just say like West had nothing. You know what I mean? But it shouldn't cause too much extra work to have a state champion, a regional champion, and then a national champion, right? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So
Well, you talking about the talent show from earlier?
the talent show. Yeah. Exactly. There's a writing
Okay.
contest.
Well,
There's a video
what
contest.
exactly constitute a talent? I can do tarot card reading, painting.
Whatever. There's
I know.
the categories are listed on the planning document. You could add some
Hmm.
if you want. But I think we have a categories of. I don't really know that tarot reading would be a category. I mean, you could try to make that a category. I don't know how much. You never know, right? Honestly, something like that is kind of cool. I mean, I don't know how hot it would be. I'm not against that. I mean, you know, what I mean, I'm not against really any category, but I think right now the categories are slam dunk contest, music contest, not necessarily rap, but music contest, a DJ battle. We're also having a
Ooh.
dance battle, you know what I mean, and an art battle. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I know you do the painting as well, right? Yeah.
All right.
So you could enter. I think you're only allowed from the planning right now 1 submission per person per contest. So you could enter 1 painting and 1 song, right? Yeah. But you can't like enter like 500 paintings like now because people would
I
just upload the
understand.
whole catalog. You know what I mean? No, I can't go through all of that. You know what I mean? Not you, but
I got you.
I know someone's gonna be a genius and do that. You know what I mean? I mean, DJs have played the system before. I've been in some of these battles and stuff and talent shows, so I know how to games. Nah, we're not gaming the system. I'm sorry, 1 entry per contestant. That's it.
I feel you. I
Okay,
give it a shot.
yeah,
Spread some good love and vibrations.
that
I
would be
fucking
cool.
feel that.
Yeah, and also, even if people aren't artists, right? They could also join as judges. So,
Mm.
someone with a political following, someone who might be able to also, right, get more stuff, right? You could offer them, hey, you want to be a judge for this event? You know what I mean? So,
Okay.
if you also, but being from Tennessee, I think you know Coletta, she's pretty cool, right?
Oh
she
yes.
she's in North Carolina, so like I would also want representation from like multiple states. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not necessarily like I would be. I mean, not that it couldn't happen, right? Yeah. I mean, there's also the state
Mm-hmm.
champion too. So if you want to set that up for your state, like it's no problem. You could have all judges from your state, like you know what I mean. But like for the
Yeah,
whole
I feel you.
South, I think there might be some controversy if all the judges came from Tennessee, right? Yeah, and people are like that's why all their people won the battle. You know what I mean? So. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and there's some, so we'll just do the best we can. We'll see what shows up. Yeah, like I'm not gonna say
I
no to
feel you.
anything really. Yeah, unless it's just
I feel you.
ridiculous. Yeah, cool, cool, cool. All right, so I think that should be fun, right? It'll be like a party, right? We'll get to see some fun stuff created, so we'll have some fun with that. Um, the Send me the stuff for the newsletter. Yeah, djl7@djl7.com and
Okay. Wait, say it again.
djl7@djl7.com.
Oh, DJ F7.
Yeah, it's always on all my stuff. Wait, let me hold up a card for a second. You've seen the name before, right? I always rock this name everywhere. Actually, I'm quite invested in this brand. Have you seen that before?
Hold on.
Is it backwards?
Hold on. Hold on a second. Trying to take a picture of. Uh,
I'll email it to you. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll send it to you on the
please, or
I'll send it
you
to you
can
on the
send it to
Facebook
me on
chat.
the messenger.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, so don't worry about that. So yeah, the DGF7 at oh wow, I came out of focus. It's all good. Yeah. Oh well, whatever. So yeah, DGF7 DGF7.com. Send me email and I'll put the stuff into the newsletter, and then we can just you can contact my whole network and get some solidarity for your actions. Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm down for that.
Cool. Anything else? Anything
Yeah,
else you
like
want to get to?
not right now. Like I said, we're just trying to build a team, so I'm down.
Hell
Actually,
yeah.
I have to go. I have to go visit my grandma. We're trying to figure out our whole heritage, our whole Aboriginal heritage. So I have to go talk to her.
I can't stay away from too long from New York, but the I am thinking about coming out to Tennessee, so I'll be hitting up in the DMs and we'll see. Maybe I stop by Tennessee because I want to go to North Carolina for real, but I might be able to. I
Yeah.
want to stop by. I want to stop by. Yeah, I mean it's on the way, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
taking the bus, so I don't want to ride a straight like 12 hours on the bus. Maybe I could have a little stopover. Let's go for something to
Yeah.
eat. I want to try some Tennessee food. What's up? You know what I mean? Show me the
Oh yeah,
local cuisine.
we got some good barbecue.
Let's do it. Tennessee. Oh my God, I've heard about Tennessee barbecue. What's up? Yo,
Yeah,
DGL7 on the road.
if
Let's
you
go.
give me enough time, if you give me enough time, I can cook you some ribs.
Yeah. What about
I'm
Tuesday
pretty
or
good at
Wednesday?
it.
Maybe Tuesday.
Okay.
Is that too
This
soon?
Tuesday?
Yeah, because Wednesday there's like on
Oh,
North
shit.
Carolina, there's kind of like a third party independent thing. Just so you
Yeah.
know, I had the only third party independent candidate forums and debates in New York City. But nobody's
Hmm.
going to tell you about that. I'm on a media blackout. They're actually trying to erase me from all avenues of activism. Yo,
Oh
I'm
yeah, I
actually
believe it.
I was doing stuff for the Assange movement. They replaced me with Katie Halper. I was doing stuff in the Medicare for All March. They replaced me with this guy Ricky Rance. I was doing stuff for Force to Vote. They replaced me with this guy named Jackson Hinkle. And the
I
housing
believe
thing, they
you.
coming for me. I could. That's why I'm freaking out. Something you might hear about me freaking out, but they don't. I don't think the people that I'm working with, I think they're trying to replace them too. It's just everybody fighting their battle. It's just a crazy. If you're effective,
It's
they're
true.
not gonna let you rest. You know what I mean? Hell no.
That
But
is
I don't
true.
let them rest either. That's why they. That's why we got to go it like this. That's right. Uh, hell yeah.
100.
It's right. All right. So
But also remember, you didn't break this system. You didn't create it. Don't break yourself. Trying to fix it.
I'm already
So
broken. I'm
always
sorry
good
to
to take
say.
care of yourself as well.
I'm already
Because
completely broken.
oh, nobody's
But they
completely
can't
broken.
break me anymore. I mean, I'm
But
already broken. Like, what can they do now? You know what I mean? Like, what could they do to us that they haven't already done, Salamander? What could they do to
right.
us that they haven't already done?
Try to kill me, but you
Nothing.
end up making me stronger.
Hey, we're gonna survive either way, right? Yeah, I'm not going down.
Fuck yeah.
Just gonna get
You
back up.
can't
Let's
kill the
keep going.
revolution.
Yeah, I like that. All right. So I'll be. Oh, yo,
Right.
when I eat those ribs, I'm gonna get stronger. Oh, you'll check it out. I'll try to post this up soon. I'm definitely overworked. I'm supposed to go check out my people down in Battery Park City. They're doing a 9/11 event that's coming up. So they
Mm.
do. They
Oh wow.
yeah. So
Oh
I'm gonna
wow.
check them out. But this video is gonna come soon, and this was a kick ass. We're gonna get a lot done. I'm
Shit.
excited to
Let me.
meet you.
Let me. I slick want to talk up with you. I only got my pipe though. I only got the pipe.
I feel
Uh,
you. I feel you. Is it? You gonna see my lighter?
it's the only thing that's keeping me sane.
Yeah. Over here they legalized the growing, so you know what I mean. I hope they have. I could bring a seed. You want a seed?
See, we got plenty of seeds.
Okay.
Just no time to grow. So we try to like, I don't know. Not everything's legal, so we try to make our own medicine. I can't really say everything, but shit, you know what I'm saying?
Just so you know, if you
Uh,
want, you could join my Discord. On my
yeah.
Discord, yeah, my Discord, there's something
Okay.
called the Free Weed Network. Now on
Ooh.
the Free Weed Network is like this, right? Check this out. So the thing is that if I say Domino's, right? I mean, if I pizza, you think Domino's, right? If I say burgers, you might think Burger King, right? But
Right.
if I say weed edibles, there's nobody really like taking over that space yet. So,
Mm.
there's really a lot of opportunities in this right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We are. A portal is definitely open,
Hmm.
and shit's really gonna get crazy on Halloween. I just know this.
Now, if you think about the government, right, they don't like to lose money. And the thing is that
No, they do not.
by locking people for weed, they had a lot of free labor and stuff like that. But now, right, what they want to do now is they want to just the way that they replaced all of Middle America has been hollowed out by Walmart and Amazon.
Hmm.
You know, what I mean, there's no more mom and
Right.
pop stores. Now, what they want to do, they want to place all the local dealers and turn them into minimum wage Amazon delivery drivers.
Oh
We
yeah.
can't, we really shouldn't let that happen. We'd be stupid to do that. We could just okay. So let's suppose that that's why we giving away the plants. You know what I mean? So let's suppose that I have my friend Fred over here that actually did the edibles thing. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I'm growing right, and he agreed to buy from me because he wants to support locals. And I also say I'll refer my friends to buy their edibles from him. You know what I mean? So we have this network, right? Oh no, bugs hit my stuff. You know what I mean? I lost my crop. Don't worry,
Mm.
Salamander Brandy, right, is growing the same strain, so you don't have to buy from
Mm.
Budweiser beer, fucking weed or whatever, Amazon weed or whatever. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta buy them. You can stay in network. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because really, right, that's where competition is now. We're not really competing against each other now. We're competing against the Amazons. That's
Pretty
why
much.
we're just getting cornered out. So we have to learn to work together, or we have to pay the price, which is ridiculous. So the Weed Network is a no. Now I can't. I'm not vouching for anybody there. It's just there's no gatekeeping. Anybody can join, and you could share recipes. You could share grow tips. Actually, when I buy my seeds, right? Yeah. I post up on the thing how much I buy them for, so you can see. And then I just divide the thing and I say, if you want to get on buying, because I buy the seeds in 3 packs, sometimes 5 packs. I don't need fucking 5 seeds. I only want like
Mm-hmm.
1 or 2 of them. You know what I mean? So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, like, why don't I just, if you buying seeds, like, just send them to you, or we could trade them. You know what I mean? Maybe even send you a clone. You know what I mean? If it
Yeah,
was worth it, we'd develop a relationship. You know what I mean? Because
I
really,
feel you.
there's gonna be one plant that's like has just mad THC. There's gonna be one plant that just has like the biggest buds, and you want to really like, that's your special plant right there. You know what I mean? So when you find
Right.
that, like, I'm gonna send that out to all the people. You know what I mean? And when they get those, we're gonna send it back. Maybe we could even like find ways to like breed them, and we're just gonna just have our little network of super duper stuff. Right? Why we gotta
Right.
let someone else do it for us when we could do it ourselves? We really
Right.
don't,
Be
right?
independent.
Yeah,
That's why.
exactly.
That's why I'm researching something called the Uncle Ben method.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever heard of that,
No.
but trying to make some, like I said, people need their. Oh shit, the kid really wants to, make their own medicine. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's what it is. We have to start treating like it is. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wait a second.
But
By
hey,
the
I
way,
gotta let you go,
wait,
huh?
before we go, right? Do you have a Cash App or PayPal? Is there a way for people to donate to your ministries and stuff like that?
Yeah, I do have a cash app. It is, let's see here, at Salamander. PayPal should be. Oh my goodness, this is embarrassing.
No, it's okay.
It's at
We could just
Salamander
put it in the
1412.
links below. We could put it in
And
the comments
let me
below.
take a quick peek.
We could put it below, yeah?
Okay.
Just so you minds, my Cash
Sure.
App's TGL7, yeah? Um, I want you guys to
Yeah.
donate so I can go down and take a salamander brandy out to, we're gonna go out and have some barbecue at some fancy spot, yeah? In Tennessee. Why not? Time to
Fuck
live,
yeah.
yeah?
Fuck
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
No
My
dishes.
I just
We're
looked
gonna
it up.
live.
My cash app is at 1412.
You're breaking up now. You're breaking up now, yeah? But we're gonna put the link in the description, and we're gonna put the link in the chat, yeah? And we're gonna put the link in the comments. So, sorry, you're breaking up. Yeah, I think, but this is a good place to end the video. So, I mean, sorry, you're completely breaking up. Yeah. All right, folks. So basically, that's me and Salamander Brandy. I thought that was a very constructive activist session right there, and I'm so hype. See you guys soon. Okay. Maybe even from Tennessee. All right. Bye.
It's a dark day in our nation when high-level authorities will seek to use every method to silence dissent. The truth must be told.
And if you want the truth, you need to check out independent media producers just like myself, DJ L7. You should subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications when I release a new video.
The truth of these
We are on
words
all
is
the major
beyond doubt.
platforms. That includes Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course YouTube. Unfortunately, we have definitely seen that these mainstream outlets will cave to corporate interests, so we encourage you to join our independently moderated communities of Reddit and Discord. We also encourage you to subscribe to us on BitChute and Daily Motion so you can see the content that YouTube doesn't want us to let you see. Hey, now it's time for the most important part of the video. That's right. It's time for us to tell you about the Taking Action group. Do you need an activist? Or maybe there's no activists around willing to help you with your cause and you need to learn to become an activist. That's exactly why we're here. Every week we get up with people from across the nation, in fact even sometimes internationally, and we develop strategies and a game plan to address the issues that are affecting all of us. Every week myself from New York City and of course my co-host Lisa from Los Angeles provide a coast-to-coast perspective on what's going on in the country. If you want to donate to help out with expenses, travel, equipment, stuff like that, then I definitely appreciate it, and you can hit us off at Venmo or PayPal. Thanks a lot. Hey, by the way, we also have a merch store, so check it out. Oh my goodness, it seems like you've reached the end of the video, so make sure you check out some of our other videos, make sure you subscribe. This is your last chance to do so thanks a lot, and looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment below if you have any questions or issues you'd like me to address. And if you're an activist, the time to make things happen is now.